Now listening to the best music.
First of all, make a pour before man proceed. It's a silent war up in DRC. If you're poverty born and then through the sea, the new Africa was born to fulfill the dream. Can't forget the powers that's instilled in me. I know say there's powers that's instilled in me.
1 hour of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
Fall back, we can take it on our road. Black man stand up, we're sitting on the throne. Ruling everywhere, yeah, we're killing on the globe. And we're building back a home in a different kind of zone. I came with the spirit to something together. I can never be afraid. I came with the energy of chakra. You go think say I'm crazy. I came with the child of my father. I give thanks and praise. And I came with the spiritual palama. Baby, I'm going to straight. You never ever know what it feel like. Pretend to be someone else in a real life. You can never be yourself cause you feel like for the sake of the salary you have to put your pride to the side. It costs to have a dream. My CD was written in European. Said I was captured through the Euro lens. Too much baggage being African. We used to pretend to Caribbean. Now I feel it in my soul. Don't be Burkina Faso. But they will never show.
Welcome again to Let's Talk with You. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's a Friday on the Blackwood Fire Radio Network. Media for the 21st century. Download our app on the Google Play Store. Stream on www.blackwoodfireradionetwork.com for a meeting healthy supplement. And for a clothing with the Blackwood Fire Radio logo on net. On Let's Talk with You. Always talking about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves with a guest in the studio today.
You go think say I'm crazy. I came with the child of my father. I give thanks and praise. And I came with the spiritual palama. Baby, I'm going to straight. Welcome to Sona.
Welcome, family, to another conversation here on Let's Talk with Eruton on the Blackwood Fire Radio Network, media for the 21st century. How are we doing? How's your week been? It's always a great time to be alive here with me on Let's Talk with Eruton. Amazing conversation about empowering, educational conversation, empowering Africans. But as we empower ourselves this beautiful afternoon, remember, you can download our app to get updated on what's really happening each and every day on the Blackwood Fire Radio Network. On the Google Play Store, it's super free, so no excuse for that. Also, you can stream if you're using the computer or the iPhone on www.blackwoodfireradionetwork.com for some amazing healthy supplements, apparel clothing, and also to follow different shows that we always have from 8 to 11 p.m. My name is Iwaton Longoria, always talking about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. And today we do have an amazing guest who was actually online with us, but he's here with us physically, the one and only Shukid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to be here.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Nice to see you.
Likewise. It's good to be back once again.
Absolutely. This time you've availed ourselves, and I'm actually excited to have this conversation about African identity and artistry.
For sure.
First of all, introduce yourself.
Hey.
Talk about you, and then we get into the topic.
Yeah. It's your boy Shukid, King Shukid, the youngin', out here. This time in the flesh. Last time I only streamed.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we had a little bit of an issue, network issue, I think.
Right.
But yeah, this time we out here. We out here. I'm ready to have this conversation.
I'm excited about this conversation about art. Art is such a very big topic, or big conversation, or a deep conversation.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're into art, whatever you're doing should definitely speak to people. First of all, speak to you. Yeah. If it does not speak to you, it's so hard for it to speak to people. And the fact that also, obviously, it originated from Africa.
Yeah.
So, as an artist, also, what does art mean to you?
Art is life, man. To be honest, art is life, because all forms of art, whether painting, whether music, whether dance, it's really a reflection of society. Either directly influenced, or it could be influenced through what you consume.
Right.
But art is definitely a reflection of society.
Right.
Whether in a light, in a positive way, or in a dark way. It always just reflects what's really going on in life.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's really deep, first of all. I feel like there's a lot of individuals right now in terms of music, painters, whatever space that you're in, or an artist, you don't really identify with yourself. And that's why the topic is about African identity with art. Because it starts with identity. First of all, understanding what you're actually trying to bring out to the world. Because you have to, first of all, pour into yourself.
Yeah.
And actually ask yourself this question: why am I doing this? I feel like art should speak more to people because it's speaking to you. As an artist, if I listen to a song, if it's not speaking to me in whatever form it has actually been produced, it's hard for me to actually kind of like resonate with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult. But like again, I said, art is really just a reflection of society. So for some of the music that a lot of people might consider shallow or
Right. Okay.
you know, all those kind of words, I'm not gonna get too deep
Okay.
into that. It's also again a reflection of people. There are shallow people out there.
Okay.
And just in the same way, there are deep people. So the deeper music definitely speaks to some people. The art that doesn't have an identity, I've
Right.
become more understanding, and I just accept that
Okay.
society has a vast
Right.
variety of type of people.
Right.
So whether you agree with it or whether you don't, just
Right.
know it definitely reflects some kind of
Okay.
being out there. Yeah.
Do you feel like people who actually speak more into their art deeply, does it work like if someone goes deep into art and whatever they're trying to actually bring out to the world, they get more spaces, or it doesn't work like that?
It's that's a tough one.
Right.
Because there are anomalies, right?
Absolutely.
There's that deep guy who manages to penetrate,
Yeah.
while majority of the people who don't necessarily penetrate will be like, it's because I'm deep. So it's like,
Right.
you know,
Right.
the society or the world or the universe figures out a way to create a balance. So I won't say every deep person will penetrate, but I won't say that they don't penetrate necessarily because they're deep.
Right.
At the end of the day, especially like I'm a musician, so
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
be specific about music.
Okay.
Music as an industry is really cutthroat. So there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, a lot of work that needs to be put in.
Right.
So, and you know, that's why I use the word shallow. You know, the stuff
Right.
that's really flashy,
Right.
and all glamorous. That's the stuff that people really want to push because that's the stuff that people want to see on their day to day. It's more comfortable.
Right.
They say some of the truest art is really uncomfortable. Like
Right.
recently, there was, I can't remember the country, but there was that picture of Banksy.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that.
No.
He made a
I
mural,
did not.
and it was like a judge hitting the, what you call
What?
it, his thing.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was hitting that, but it wasn't just on his desk. It was someone who could be depicted as a regular Monanchi,
Okay.
so to say,
Right.
that was being hit, and people took that, or especially the political class took that really badly. So I mean, if you check it out, just look out
Right.
for Banksy's latest mural and see how people took it, and that made people uncomfortable.
Right.
So, you know, art like that really speaks. So again, yeah, well, true art, especially where the world is right now,
Yes.
the truest art's probably gonna be really uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like people should definitely delve more into that because I believe there's a generation that is coming up right now. They're so hungry for truth. They're so hungry for such of proper identity in regards to how the world really works.
Yeah.
Like right now, a lot of people are streaming music than buying like CDs. Let me say
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
a generation actually rising right now. And you'll find people actually listening to really deep music out there that speaks to them. So I feel like right now, if you're into art, my belief right now, you should actually speak. Other people use like some other ways to get into the limelight, and
Yeah.
then maybe when they're there, I've not seen that yet though. Hopefully, it's gonna happen. They start actually speaking about or singing about or painting about real things.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because right now we do have a generation, as I said, of individuals questioning everything. And my advice, if you can take it or not, is actually talk about the reality of things the way it is.
Yeah.
Because people will actually use that to learn, because there's a lot of unlearning and learning that needs to be done actually in the society. Talk about the social economic sectors, which we know it's not the way they actually showcase everything, and people are actually searching for answers. And back in ancient Africa, art spoke so widely or so loud
Yeah.
on how things work in the economic sector, on how in terms of rites of passage, actually people used art to communicate, to actually awaken people who are actually super discouraged, or they feel like, you know what, it's not working right now.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we not use the same thing right now? And I've understood what you've said right now. People want things that are really, really comfortable.
Yeah.
Or
Comfortable conversation.
Yes.
You know, it's easier to be like, I mean, because it's a lot of individualism at the same time. So guys are like, yo, I've been working 5 days a week,
Okay.
8 hours a day. When it's my time to chill, I just want to hear something that'll make me
Right.
mellow out, you know?
Absolutely.
I don't want to get back to the serious stuff, which, you know, it's allowed, it's
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, there needs to be that space for the kind of music that actually does tackle some of the stuff you're not really willing to listen to. And I really hate using the West for comparisons at times,
Okay.
but like
Yes.
that's why places like in the West you have a Drake and you have a Kendrick.
Absolutely.
Where Kendrick, he does have some of the commercial records, but majority of his music, especially based on his cultural background, his heritage, it speaks about him being a black man in America, right? So for us, for example, I'm not trying to step on any toes, but
Sure.
unfortunately, it's some of these situations have become commercialized. So when there's Manda Mano,
Right.
that's when you'll hear
Right.
2, 3 Manda Mano records.
Right.
But it's not consistent because it's all about the moment. Trying to get
Makes
the bag in
sense.
that moment.
Right.
Immediately after Manda Mano, guys are like, yeah, let's go back to the club and
Right.
pop bottles. And so as a society in Kenya, I don't think that kind of space is, you know, someone like Giuliani did it for a good minute.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those, I don't know if he has any predecessors. Mao and them did it for a good minute as well.
Right.
You know, Koflani and them, they spoke. The music was like social politically
Okay.
woke, so to say. So they kind of did it for a minute. But where society is at right now, people's trying to get to the bag.
Right.
And some of
Right.
these corporations kind of run these industries now because they tapped into it. So
Yeah.
it's almost like a form of silencing guys. So it's like, yo, it's okay. You can talk about this, but I'll stop your bag,
Right.
right?
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
So
100%.
that's kind of why I think a lot of people also are afraid to talk about it. You can see recently any artist that was called artists. People look up to artists.
Absolutely.
So you can see how a lot of people also felt a type of way when some of the artists they really like were called by the president to go.
Yes.
So that just shows how strong art is.
Right.
They have the right to say no. If they would have said no,
Yeah.
it would have shown the people, okay, he's standing on something. But some of them, because the bag is so important,
Yeah.
they ended up showing up, and now there's apologists, there's people backtracking on their words and all that kind of thing. So
Right.
we definitely need that balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, let me ask you this question. If you're in that situation at that moment and you know like the bag is important at that time,
Yeah.
would you say yes for not that any opportunity like the people are against? They're against that, but you know you really where you are right now, you really need that bag. You need the bag.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'll respect you more if you do it and stand on it.
Okay.
And be like, yeah, I did it because I support this and that and the third. And be like, you're not going to sway my opinion just
Right.
because that's the populist opinion. If you do it and stand on it, I'll be like, okay, I might not agree, but you're standing on whatever you're saying.
Right.
But if you do this and then you want to come back and flip-flop and be
Right.
like, yeah, oh, I only did it for this. It's like, bro, stand for something. Like, have a spine.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'd rather you had a spine. But if you're just flip-flopping, I don't know, man. I don't know. It
Right.
says a lot about you as well
Absolutely.
as a person.
Yeah.
So whatever you do. So if it were me,
Yeah.
because I disagree, I mean, it's easier said than done because
Yes.
I wasn't in
Yes.
that situation
Yes.
and I wasn't offered that bag.
Yeah.
So people could be like, ah, you're just saying. But truth be told, I'd look at the pros and cons, you know, and I think I just wouldn't do it because I've been really vocal about not supporting what's
Okay.
going on in the country.
Right.
So yeah, I probably wouldn't do it
Right.
because you could get a bag today, but that bag's not gonna last forever. So if
Right.
everyone else cuts you off and you're
Right.
not getting the streams of income from everything that's really happening, or getting blocked out. I mean, even if you do get a lifetime of money, but you can't
Right.
really go outside, it's pointless.
I know.
Yeah.
Like super pointless. It's actually better to stand on something.
Yeah, just stand on something.
Yeah, it's
if you're gonna go,
important.
just tell people, listen, man, I support Homeboy, and we'll be like, okay, we'll let you be. Like I said, we might disagree, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be like, that's what you stand on, and I might not agree,
Right.
but I respect it.
Yeah.
You have a spine.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Another conversation bringing us to the African identity and artistry. Do you consider yourself Pan-Africanist? And if you do, how are you manifesting that into your world or your art?
Yeah, so I do like to consider myself Pan-African.
Okay.
I won't, like, if anyone who listens to my projects in entirety, because like I said last time, I do mostly bodies of work. I tackle a lot of things, and I might not have gone hard on, like, you know, geopolitics or that kind of
Right,
stuff, but
got
like
it.
I tackle stuff in the sense that you know, someone can tell I'm telling the story of a nigga like me
Okay.
out here.
Yeah.
That's just like me, or so to say. But maybe some people don't necessarily understand it
Right.
at face value. But yeah, so I manifested through the first of all, I'm manifesting it through the new music that I'm doing. A lot of
Right.
more African sounds in my new project,
Okay.
Highly Favored Poetic Gangster. It's
Amazing.
coming out real soon.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm really trying to tap into that. And another way is through like these kind of conversations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'd say I try.
You try. Are people? How's the response?
The response, to be honest, I'm
Yeah.
blocking out the response for now so I could just focus on it. I don't want to be swayed by what people are saying and what they're going to try to tell me to
Absolutely.
do. So I'm going to do it first, and the response is going to come after, whether it's positive or negative. I'm just going to make sure that what I'm doing
Yeah.
is good in the first place
Absolutely.
to even warrant a
Right.
conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we always talk about the Ubuntu spirit here in the studio a lot, which means you are because I am, right? Because we've seen that. Let me talk about the African society or the community. You find these scenarios like a lot where it's hard for me to support a sister or a brother who's next to me, but it's easier for me to support someone who doesn't even know me.
Yeah.
And it brings us to the conversation of how colonization started. We did have the Ubuntu spirit before colonization,
Yeah.
where we supported everybody, where we poured into our brothers and sisters because we understood that we were one. But right now, it's really, really, really difficult. They're there. I thank God for my circle. Absolutely. There's those moments where you see it's so hard for someone who looks like you, absolutely, to support you, pour into you, but it's actually easier for them to actually pour into someone else who's foreign. What's your take on that, and how can we actually tackle that?
That's facts. You know, first of all, as Africans, there's like hundreds and hundreds of years of trauma.
Yeah.
So we're made to feel like we're lesser than. So after all those years, people have always believed like what comes from the West or what comes from outside is always better
Right.
than what's inside. And one of the strongest tools I've always said, hey, is tongue,
Okay.
and then the power of divide and conquer.
Okay.
So even like you mentioned your circle, I'm just gonna use them as an example.
Okay,
I'm
got
not
it.
gonna do this.
Yes.
But like if someone came into your circle using the power of their tongue
Yeah.
and started telling different narratives, it's so easy to divide you. So it becomes
Yes.
divide and conquer. So it's
Absolutely.
like I don't need to fight the whole group. I just need to tackle each one of you with what I say individually. I could come and be like, yo, eat. you know Shmoney said this, that, and the third.
Right.
Then I'll pull up to Shmoney and
Right.
tell Shmoney, yo, he's saying some crazy stuff.
Right.
And soon, before you even decide to tackle it amongst yourself and look at it amongst yourself, next thing you notice, like, that union is broken up. So divide and conquer is something that's worked a number on societies, big and small.
Right.
That's why our politicians are always trying to do the whole tribal thing.
Yes.
Because if we speak one language, we can get them out. So every now and then they wake up and they're like, oh, you know what? You gotta pull the Kikuyu card.
Right.
Gotta pull the Kalenjin card.
Yeah.
Gotta pull the Luo card. Because if they make us identify ourselves in these minor groups as opposed to one Kenyan, it's easier for them to distract us with some BS. Next thing you notice, they're running for office again and just swindling money and all that kind of thing. So divide and conquer is definitely one of the strongest weapons out here.
Right.
Yeah.
How do we go about that? Mostly in this generation. Okay, I've not seen that really happening a lot in this generation. Maybe Kidogo, like a little bit. But I've seen a lot of unity in this generation.
It's kind
Even
of
like in friends or people that you're
Yeah.
actually hanging out with.
like I said,
understand you, sir.
this trauma. So a little bit of it is deep rooted. You'll be amongst some smaller groups of younger people, and sometimes I get disappointed when I hear some of the conversations. I'm like, we're still on that. But we're not going to dwell on the negative. I will say people are trying to wake up a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it's trying to be, it's like juice, right?
Yeah.
Water is good. Juice is bad.
Yeah.
The juice was calm.
Yes.
We're trying to dilute it more. We're adding more water to the juice to make it more dilute.
Yeah.
And eventually that tint or that color is going to disappear with enough water. So, yeah, we just keep on trying every day. It's just teach each one teach one.
I
That's
agree
really
with
the
that.
only way. There's no miracle.
Yeah.
I don't have the direct answer to it, but definitely there's no miracle. And there's no chance that we'll just one day wake up. But each one teach one and keep spreading that gospel, and like they say, show me your people and I'll show you who you are.
Yeah.
So as those kind of circles keep on growing, eventually it's notions that are going to be wiped out and going to be old news, hopefully.
I believe that. With time, absolutely. Like
Well, with time, that's what happens.
right. How are you doing, Mr. Newsom?
I'm doing well, Everton. How about yourself and your guest?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good as well. I'm good as well.
So I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, must get rid of that tribal bullshit. You must understand, as African people, you're one people. You've been dominated by lesser people who have had envy in their heart for African people since the beginning of time. You must know who your enemies are. And I hate to say, you must get rid of all non-African religions. You worship people who hate us.
Yep.
Till you get that out your mind of some white man in the sky nonsense, because you have contributed this fake religion to a god, and so now you've put these people over you who have done nothing but rape, pillage, devastate African people. That's their history. There's never been any civilization nonsense they taught you. And so they put their puppets in Africa to keep the theft going. You're the richest continent on the planet, hands down. It's not an argument. So why are African people poor then? See, there's a dichotomy with that. Till you get back your mind, your African mind, self-love. See, this brother here, I don't even know him, but I know he's me. Because I'm a black man, an American, African American, doesn't mean I don't know that this brother sitting next to you is not me. That's my conscious level.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck what goofy tribe he comes from. I don't care about your tribe. Your tribe doesn't mean shit to me. Your Africanness means something to me. So until you get that understanding back again, then you can rise and dominate the planet once Africans once have. That's why they don't teach you real history. Africans have always dominated this world, always.
For sure.
That's why your history's always a lie. So, I just want to interject that. I don't want to take a real interview every time. I apologize.
He's spitting facts though. He's talking that talk.
That is true, absolutely. And I believe we talk more about learning and relearning. You talked about identity, and you've also mentioned self-love, which comes from the conversation we've actually heard since we were a little kid, that someone came from whatever they came from to save us, to bring our civilization.
Yeah.
But if we're actually being taught about we were the originators of civilization since we were little kids, I feel like even the insecurity that comes from people when they feel like you're so confident, you're so outspoken, it's because since we're little kids, we're taught not to question. We're taught to actually shut up and not say anything, just follow whatever you're being told, not to question anything. So when someone else sees you actually being outspoken,
where you don't question anything, you're kind of told not to question anything, then it's a lie.
absolutely.
But if you can't question, it's a lie. If you don't question this fake God, then it's a goddamn lie. As a child, you question everything, because everything to be questioned is what you need to know to learn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's where they keep Africans. Don't question and keep you in fear. But like I said, shout out to the Kenyan youth,
Yeah.
who are the really ones first ones waking up in Africa. I told you wasn't gonna come from Nigeria. Many times I've been in Nigeria, so nah, it ain't coming from here. The
What?
the tribalism is bad in Kenya, don't get me wrong.
It's like a lot.
But the tribalism in Nigeria is on another level.
Right.
I'm like,
That's
it's
true.
on another level. I'm trying to tell you. So, shout out to the Kenyan youth, but you're gonna have to go full Nepal on that ass, because your political system was installed by the British. They're all corrupt. There was no great Jomo Kenyatta. He was a corrupt bastard. He wasn't, or Nelson Mandela, another fake phony that they gave you. Okay, they give you, your white people can't give you your heroes. So that's, when you have a real hero, they come to murder them. That's why they try to kill Ibn Torre ass.
With some house.
Because anybody, oh, go ahead, go ahead, brother.
No, I'm just saying they gave us a bunch of house Negroes to make you feel like
Exactly.
they gave you a token Negro to look up to, so they could
Exactly.
be like, look, we mean good, but they didn't really mean good. They just give you one token Negro, and the rest of y'all
Exactly.
are suffering, and it's like, you know, they'll make that one look good until he turns bad. You know, they're only good
Right.
until they're bad again.
Right.
So, like for Kenya, for example, I say, you know, we fought colonialism only to end up being colonized by ourselves, because the people who are older bought into whatever that fear was, or they saw it and they're like, yo, we could really torment our own people if we keep spreading this fear.
Right.
Like, once they got in those offices or they got into those spaces, they're like, bruh, I'm gonna get into this space for me.
Yeah.
For now, they didn't get into those spaces to actually
Exactly.
liberate
Uplift,
us.
uplift African people and actually create economies and bring wealth back to Africa. I'm gonna tell you like this, guys. Should no African be poor in Africa?
Yeah.
Period.
For sure.
At all.
I mean,
The amount of wealth that's in Africa, because should nobody be impoverished? Go ahead, guys. Sorry, go ahead.
we actually own land. We actually have ancestral
Right.
land, you know.
Right.
So we should be able to just feed ourselves, live
Right.
amongst ourselves, not
Right.
worry about shit like rent.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And from your
And-
take in regards to conscious leaders, because right now I yes, we did have the what do you call it, the protest that happened. Yes, some people came out of it, you know, trying to leaders and everything like that. My perspective is that I feel like they're still following the same steps of these political leaders.
Like I
How can
said,
we attain conscious leaders?
like I said when we started this,
Yeah.
this shit is so deep rooted.
Yes, you said that.
Actually getting it out is becoming, and because we're starting too late. I mean, we're 60-some years independent. Now is when we're just beginning. So it's a little, I mean, it's never too late, but it's a little late. So that's 60 years of something seeping in to the soil. So that's how deep rooted it is. So like, it's like a sponge, right?
Okay.
When you put a sponge on a wet surface, it's gonna keep on sucking and sucking. If you pull the sponge out fast enough,
Yeah.
when you drain it, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a little bit of water. But
Yeah.
now we're draining, we're just twisting and twisting and twisting and filtering out till the sponge is completely dry. It's gonna be a long process. It's gonna be painful.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long process, but it has to be done at the end of the day. So, where Kenya is at,
Yeah.
and the state of the economy and the state of the economics of the country, it's turned everybody. That's why there's a little bit less of that Ubuntu that you were talking about.
Yes.
Much as it exists, it's a little bit less because what we've gone through has created so much room for individualism.
Yeah.
So everybody sees an opportunity as an opportunity for them to eat.
Right.
No one's really. They say these good words. A lot of people
Yeah.
know how to talk that talk, but they don't necessarily know how to walk that walk. They'll know. You could go in front of a crowd of people and know exactly what to say to get them riled up and to get them to back you up. But when you go home and close your door and actually sit with the people on your table, depending on who your influences are, guys are just gonna be like, yeah, so what are we really doing?
Right.
And then they just start doing this shit, start putting themselves in positions of power, start, manipulating everything in their favor. So things really need to be done in place to actually filter out. Like, one of the things I say is, like, from Mandamano, what I really wish is we should have made being a politician such a traumatic experience. You didn't want to do it unless you really wanted to do it.
I agree with you.
See, he's saying you Negro you should have went completely Nepal.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah.
you had to. We on YouTube, so let me keep it PG. You should have, like, the more we use, you should have bubble gummed some people.
For sure. I feel so. We should have never left the streets. Actually, it shouldn't have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even when I was talking to some of the young homies in the hood, I'm like, why are you really coming to the streets? Are you coming out because it's the hot thing to do?
Right.
Because once people do that, it really loses the real essence of it.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not just doing, like, it's real people that's actually dying from this shit.
All right.
Yes, that is
Like,
true.
make it count.
Yeah.
But it became again opportunity. It became one of these things that people were just doing because everybody's doing. So if I'm not in on it, I'm gonna miss out. Like FOMO. It's like missing out on an event.
Yeah.
So guys are like, yo, if everybody's going, then I'm gonna go.
Right.
But you see, when it initially started, like the first one, the second one, that was real people going at it, like like people were really tired.
That is true.
So I feel like at that time, we should have never left the streets. We should have just put everything on pause. We can rebuild. Rebuilding is the least of our worries. Getting all that mess out is where we should have put our focus on. Worrying about roads being rebuilt, we can rebuild roads. Did it once, you can do it twice.
Right.
We can rebuild structures. Did it once, you can do it twice.
Right.
But
exactly right.
Fishing these people out. If
I
we
agree,
didn't do it, if we didn't do it once, we can't do it twice. If we didn't do it at all, we could never do it again. So that's where the focus should have really been, and niggas should have just stood on business and just stuck to it.
It's hard to get that energy back once you lose it. He's right, and they know that. It's hard because they want to divert that energy. You guys had the momentum, and believe me, they were scared as hell. They never seen that in African people. African people usually considered nice, kind, and docile. So you guys flipped the script, and you guys had them really fearful. So they've already enacted certain things to try to stop that from happening that big the next time. But I think Kenyans are too awakened right now. So I think you guys can get to where you want to go.
I believe that it is possible. It's there, but it needs a very fiery alert.
We just need to get
for
that
it to
spark
start
up.
again. Yeah.
We just need to get that spark up once again, and this time go like all the way in.
It's so true.
I'm not necessarily advocating for like total destruction.
Yeah.
But if that's what it takes, at the end of the day, we really got it. Now, I really wish I could keep on going. I'm running out of time, unfortunately. But yeah, this conversation, if I didn't look at the clock, we could have kept on going.
I'm like, oh my god, yeah, it's actually clocking out and in, but that has been Shukid. Before you actually leave, I would love you to actually share some last words about our identity in the artistry world, or in art, music, in the political, social, economic sector, and something that you always carry with you in terms of like a mantra or thought.
Yeah, I always walk with 10 toes down, chin high. Always walking with that. I make sure I make sure I can try to get myself into spaces that I need to get into. As far as our identity, it's really up to you as an individual. All this literature exists.
Right.
All this stuff is out there. You just need to go and seek it. If you don't seek it, it doesn't matter if I put it right in front of you. You're not gonna see it.
That is so true.
Last time we were talking about how the elite have become so comfortable with doing whatever they want to us that
Right.
they put some of this shit right in our faces. Even if I come and put you the true African heritage on the table right in front of you, if you're not seeking it, you're not gonna see it.
Absolutely.
So African identity exists. I might speak how I speak. I might have gotten my education wherever I got it, but what I speak on and the content that I put out is what matters more than how you decide to see me.
Right.
If you judge a book by its cover, you're gonna get what you get. But if you actually read the book, you're gonna get some deeper meaning to it.
Right.
So as for me, that's where I'm at with it.
Amazing.
For sure.
Thank you so much for availing yourself. I wish you had more time, but this means the world.
Yeah, he's brilliant. So I'm like, damn.
Right.
I
This
appreciate
is
that.
So I'm like, to get more African brothers like him, we're good to go. You know, he gives me hope for the future here, Tom.
Absolutely. You just said it. But he's actually
I know.
moving.
I can't believe the hour's up already. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I got to do some things, and we got to be out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
For sure. I'll always be back again, man. We can
Yeah.
always create that time, and I'll be back.
Absolutely.
All right, man. We appreciate that. You're always welcome at Black Out 5, man. You know?
This family now.
It is. It is. You're always welcome anytime. Thank you so much for availing yourself. Learned a lot. Absolutely. I love some learning every day. Something new, something, triggering that it will make you know, what, let me think twice about it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you for doing what you're doing. And
Absolutely.
keep on.
Thank you for having me once again.
Yeah.
For sure, it seems like I will be back
Yes,
anytime
please.
soon. So let's keep this fire
Any-
going,
Yeah. For a whole hour.
Anytime you're welcome, man. You know, every time be grabbing people out the street.
We out here.
Absolutely. That
I
has
was
been
out.
one and only Shukid. You can check him out on all the social media platforms.
King Shukid 254 on Twitter.
Yes.
That's where I do a lot of my talking, and I don't do too much of the Insta. But you
Okay.
can check me out on Instagram. You know what? Fuck Insta. You can check me out on TikTok, man. I think.
TikTok.
Yeah, I do a little bit of
Okay.
TikTok once in a while.
Okay.
Yes,
Why they took down? You can't find me on TikTok. They took down my TikTok account last Black Out 5 TikTok account.
You can find
last
me.
Sunday.
You can
I
find me
got
wherever.
banned.
Okay. Can you talk more about this thing?
Yeah, here and there. So
Okay.
every time I do my live thing, you can find me talking about this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I'm there till they actually find me. So
Alrighty, Shukid. Thank you so much. Have a safe trip and
That's right.
see you again.
take care.
Take care, guys.
Let me set about 3 or 4 TikTok accounts. They gonna get them talking like that. They already got my ass. Much love, family. Much love.
Much love. Thank you guys for joining us live on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube. That has been Shukid talking more about African identity and artistry and how we should definitely delve into such conversations more and more. Identify ourselves with who we are, and now we can actually learn and relearn more about our history, because that's not really taught in the educational system. Shukid is actually very involved with that when he speaks about this. He actually makes you
Can't control you every time if you know your history.
Yeah, at all.
Can't make you feel like you're shit if I teach you your history.
Absolutely. If you know your history, you know your power. If you don't know anything that you have. It's easy to control people who do not have a history. And it's so funny that the history that they
Exactly.
have is our history. Whatever history they think is your history, it's our history. So they're the ones who don't have a history, like at all. At all. But we're gonna go on a short commercial break as we come back and talk more about this. Order your ashwagandha, order your shea butter, order your beetroot, and your multivitamin.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
For $23.90, you'll get your ashwagandha. I'm taking my CMOS, Moringa. I don't know what you're taking, Mr. Newsom. What are you taking? What are you ordering from your network?
I know. I'm not taking that right now. I haven't bought nothing new. I ran out of my stuff about 3 weeks ago. I haven't reordered anything yet to get airtime, so I'm guilty. I need to have some beetroot, some ashwagandha, and I need some moringa pure.
Right.
You know, so because not getting enough nutrients because I'm not eating enough vegetables all the time, fruits and vegetables as I need to do.
That. We definitely reckon with that. We don't eat a lot of vegetables.
I'm working out here, I'm doing my best.
Are you really doing your best?
Yeah, that's all I can do. You know, I had my fruits and vegetables this week, majority of this week. So hey, some days a lot, some days a little, but
you're definitely
exactly.
Yeah.
Adds up.
Alrighty, since we're talking about art, I want to share this video about our art in Africa and how they're still in the British Museum. It's so it's not even.
They're not just in the British Museum. The British Museum, the French Museum, the German Museum, in the Dutch Museum, in the Spanish Museum. Not just the British Museum.
Right.
In all European museums, they've stolen everything.
And then
so it wasn't just the British, the French.
Yeah, they tell you that you're not good enough, and they have your faces in their countries.
Exactly. They tell you shit and they call you the savage.
Yeah.
and you accepted it. They tell you imagine the most wicked ass people about your religion. Shout out to Joby who got me early because I was a Christian nut. That's true. I was a Christian zealot. I was a nut growing up. Because like you said, I didn't know any history about being African or anything about that. So, of course, my family, we raised in the religion. I was a zealot. So I started learning. I said, God damn. I laughed at that. I said, the most wickedest, evilest people gave us a religion. This is crazy. This is crazy. But we've accepted it as African people. We'll hurt people every time to just to keep the lie because it's so comfortable. How do you unlearn a lie every time? If you grow up in a lie, how do you unlearn it? That's always the hardest part. How do you unlearn a lie? Go ahead here, Tom.
By actually accepting that everything you've been told is a lie and taking it in.
Yeah, but that's still hard every time.
Yes.
That's still hard to do.
You have to accept to go through that process. It's a lot. I take time to process. Can you imagine Mr. Newsom was teaching me this? I used to take time to process. Not even 1 day. Not even 2 days. Honestly.
You take who classes? What classes do you take every time?
No, I'm saying I take time to process things. So the time you were teaching me about our African history, our African culture, and everything that is not, I used to take a lot to process everything, Well,
it probably used to make you mad. It used to make you mad that I was making you learn something you didn't know, you didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
Of course, like you was young when I told you about your religion. Of course, it made you mad. Made you hate me, of course. No. But I wasn't the one who put it. I wasn't the one who gave you the lie. I'm just trying to clear you. I'm just trying to liberate you from the lie. Right. And so You don't hate the person that tries, just like me, Irritant. When my professor kindly tried to liberate me from the lie, I was like, hey man, you better go ahead and stop talking crazy.
Right.
Because I was so indoctrinated with the lie, Irritant. So it's hard to unlearn a lie. It's just hard. And it's also scary.
Yeah.
It's also scary. That's what you built your life on. You believe a certain way. It's scary. So that's what we're up against with African people. So when he talked, your guest before he left,
right.
That's what we're up against. It's but glad enough, a lot of the Africans are waking up. They're questioning everything. So
yeah.
it's on. The time is on our side. So but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard that we've been so indoctrinated by a really wicked, evil people, and we worship them.
Yeah.
And that's been our problem, because all the information that we've gotten, the lies.
Yeah.
Like I said, most Africans didn't realize they were the richest people. Like you about to show your art, your culture. Why would you steal something from an uncivilized people, Irritant?
Doesn't add up. It's just like
exactly.
you're like, well, how can someone be like that? I used to question like how can you be like that? Because it's not like us. Like, how would you do that to someone?
They're not. That's Kendrick Lamar's song. They're not like us, Irritant. They're not like us.
Yeah, it is the song. I didn't even think about that. It's a song. It made me question
that's what he's saying. He's talking about them.
Yeah.
Irritant when he's doing it.
Yeah.
He said they're not like us.
It's so true. And when you learn about your history, honestly, even after I learned about the history and I'm still learning about it, I've never felt more powerful. These are internal awakening that you feel. I'm telling you.
That's why they don't want to give it. That's why they want to give it to you, because now you become dangerous here.
Yeah. You're
danger to the system.
You're so sure. Because you know the real facts and you're like, I'm gonna Google that shit. If you like you're not, you think it's not true. Let's Google this shit. Like, you have facts, But if you don't know about your history, you didn't even go to the point where let's research about this. No. Because you
wouldn't know what to ask. Yeah. You wouldn't know what to ask, how to ask it, because you never taught none of it there, Tom. You were taught lies. You were taught you was a dirty savage. Mm-hmm. Like what?
It's so true. And you'll definitely believe that. Let me share this video before I actually share another video right away.
Contextual significance. In African contexts, the term mask and masquerade have broader and interconnected meanings extending beyond just facial coverings. Masquerades are vibrant performances that engage all the senses, featuring dance, music, and audience participation. Audiences interact with masks through dance, song, and speech, but avoid touching.
I understand. I didn't know what this was. I thought this was primitive, because like I said, I was talking about white people. Africans did this to raise the vibration. This is a thing of vibration and frequency.
Yeah.
I had no idea. This is actually advanced knowledge. To me, the white man made me think, oh, look at these tribal morons. Look at these backward ass Negroes. So I didn't want to have nothing to do with it. I said, oh man, that's some backward shit. Right. I didn't know. No, that's a raising of vibration and frequency. You become one with the creation of the universe.
Right.
I didn't have no idea about that. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay.
Unlike Western perspectives that focus on the visual aspects, African art values the experiential power of these performances.
I've actually experienced it mostly through songs, in terms of if it's like Nigerian songs, even Kenyan songs. Mostly someone who's actually really connected and they start singing, there's a higher vibration that you feel, literally. It actually works. You feel a higher vibration. Yeah. Most of the things they're singing they're using the instruments and the traditional instrument to actually play the song, or bring the beats in, the drums. There's an awakening that you feel, absolutely.
isolated museum artifact doesn't fully explain what it's meant to do. The mask played a pivotal role in a masquerade performance, encompassing not only the mask itself, but also a complete ensemble of costume performers, musicians, and attendants. Its purpose was to honor the king and foster social harmony. Accompanying the mask were additional elements such as a red feather headdress, a leopard skin pelt, and a full-body costume. The leopard and elephant hold great significance as symbols of power for the Bamileke king, known as the Faun, who could transform into an elephant. The leopard is seen as a creature with the ability to transform into a human and symbolize the connection between divine rule and the essence of these formidable animals. These are creatures of the wilderness that exhibit incredible strength and reasoning. Those who wore this mask were esteemed figures in Bamileke society, including court officials, title holders, and warriors, signifying their influence. The association of these...
I actually want to go and purchase these masks. Honestly, I just want to go Google the different meaning of this mask and find some in my house. Get some for my house. Because also Joshua Maponger mentioned you should actually have some of the artifacts in your house. Yeah, because his house is like, oh my god, it's like a traditional, I don't know, kingdom.
African house.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a chair, like a king's chair in his house.
All right.
I'm telling you.
And whenever he has Feel of a Mumbo over there, Feel of a Mumbo says, wrap it up. It's getting late.
Joshua Maponger has a throne in his house. I'm telling you, like he's living what he's actually talking about, for real. But this mask, I've seen this mask in my house. Not my house, my mom's house when I was really young. Now I'm thinking about it.
That's still your house. That still was your house.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I just thought they were actually just paintings or anything like that. But now learning about it, they carry so much power, honestly. I want to share this video over here about actually someone saying we can definitely Google this shit.
Your people have been fighting for 400 years.
And your people too.
So I want you to explain what you mean by that.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too.
Explain it. Not everybody knows what you're talking about.
Radio Raheem, I don't have to explain what's understood, man. You know what I mean by that. You know what I say about that. I ain't gotta go further. And if anybody don't understand that, then God be with them. Go look up the history. Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. It's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day.
Hey, calm down, guy. We got you. You've been fighting to this day. We got you. Okay, goddamn. You know we all been fighting. He's asking you a question, goddamn. We know we all been colonized. We all been oppressed. Okay, we get it. Okay.
People have...
Can you tone it down a little bit? we got you.
400 years.
And your people too.
So I want you to explain what you mean by that.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too.
Explain it. Everybody knows.
He said bait.
What you talking about?
Radio Raheem.
You better say debate. Don't try to debate me. Don't try to bait. He's not very smart, but he's saying we all as black people. What he says, he's trying to say, us as black people, we've been exploited and we've been, for 500 years. So yes. Your people too. Your people too. All right, calm down, man.
Let him good.
I don't have to.
Get the caffeine out your diet. Too much coffee.
It's the pain and the struggle. He's
of course. Okay.
He's healing, Mr. Newsom. He's healing.
Explain what's understood, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean by that. You know what I say about that. I ain't gotta go further. And if anybody don't understand that, then God be with them. Go look up the history. Go look up the history. You see, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man.
And got them air time. Go Google that shit. But understand, guys, Google's now lying to you too. Now Google's trying to hide shit from you because they know a lot of you guys are Googling that shit.
That's what I thought. It's true. Google knows you're Googling that shit. So they're hiding.
That's right. That's right. Google knows now that you Negroes are now Googling that shit and looking up shit.
So they're trying to do everything to actually hide it. But we're actually coming to the end of the show. We had Shukid, we had Mr. Newsom joining in, we had Mr. Google That Shit joining us. Joining us later, he did. But yes, definitely Google about your history. But you have to actually intertwine some words. You have to play around with the words, you know, for Google to bring you what you're trying to look for. Because
exactly. You gotta know how to come at Google like sideways so you get the truth, because they're starting to hide all your stuff. Because you know you Negroes are starting to Google too much shit.
that is true.
And the powers that be control Google. So try to make sure you do not know who you are, what you're worth, and what's real.
You have to colonize Google's mind, you know, to get that answer. But we're actually winding up with that. The topic was African identity and artistry. And we did have the guys in the studio, the one and only Shukid. You can check him out on all the social media platforms for amazing conversation. Mr. Newsom joined me, sending you so much love and light. As you download our app on the Google Play Store, it's super free if you're using the Android device. If you're using the iPhone or the computer, stream on www.blackhotfireradionetwork.com to get your apparel clothing, t-shirts, hoodies, sandals, slides, mags, flags with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. Get your ashwagandha, get your beetroot today.
And if you know what Black Hot Fire Network is, you Google that shit.
Absolutely.
Beetroot, nature's powerhouse. Packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutritional content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition.
For $20.90. Have a beautiful afternoon, guys. Happy birthday to Shimani. Have a fabulous one, full of love and light. Take care and remember.
All right, happy birthday to Shimani, no good ass.
To change everything in the world. Bye, guys. Take care.
I can never be afraid.